Good morning, friends. Today we will be reading After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again by Dan Santan. After we finish the book, we will be talking about plot, so I want you to pay special attention to the characters in the book and the setting, and we'll talk about it after. Let's get started. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd spot for an egg to be, but I love being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounded a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past that wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect. It flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time, until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. And learned how to fly. Hey friends, now that we have finished reading After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again, I want to talk to you about plot. And the plot is what happens in the story. The plot has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it's what kind of draws you into the story to make you want to finish it. Now, within the plot, there are characters, setting, problem, and solution. So who were the characters in After the Fall? Humpty Dumpty. Some little characters were all the king's horses and men, the other birds that he saw in the sky, but they're not the main character. The main character that the story is mostly about is Humpty Dumpty. The setting is the Great Wall. The problem is he's scared of heights. He's scared to climb up the wall again. He's scared to go up there because he's afraid he's going to fall. What I want you to do after this video is in your journal, write what you think the solution to the story is. So the problem is he's afraid of heights. How is it fixed? What is the solution? Write it in your journal and turn it in on Dojo. Thanks.